Okay, I'm working on the second section. You notice that I am right-handed and I'm weaving to the left, which would be clockwise. This section, I'm right-handed and I'm weaving counterclockwise. But in order for this, and actually you can lift this up, but I can't lift that up and keep spiraling to the left for some reason. So I just weave it to the left. It's easier for me to do it that way. So if you remember, we always check and see where we're at. Okay, so this is the first set. There is the first row that's double over in the 5 singles, followed by the center row that's all twine, followed by a third row that looks exactly like the first one, and that's my first set. So I'm working on my second set, and I've come to a double over, so I gotta look at that and say, now where am I? I'm on the first row of the second set. Okay, and that means I step over by 1 on those doubles. And then I'm back to singles again. So if you look at this basket, it's real easy to see how many sets you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the first section. Then there'll be 7 in the second section. And then I'll go back to weaving right-handed and for another 5 up on top. Okay, and I'm still flaring out. I'm still pulling this out. I don't want to get it too flared because then you end up with a short, squatty basket, and I want it tall. But at this point, I'm still kind of pulling out. Is it harder for me to weave left-handed? Oh, yes. So, and as I come up, that's the end of that row. Nope, it isn't either. Okay, so I'm looking at this. When I come up on a double, I'm always looking to see where I'm at. Okay, so I'm still in the first row of the second set, and I'm going over by 2, which means on the bottom I go under by 2. Okay, as I come around here, I can see that I'm at the end of that. I've come up to this first row of the second set, and I can see that because there's the first set, and then I've gone over by 1. So now this is my no-brainer row. Okay, so all I do on that second row of the set is twine. Now, one thing I will say to you, if you do not have the right number of stakes, this will not work. So, if you're starting out and you have a problem, check your pattern and check your stakes and make sure you get the right amount of stakes. Remember that third row is third row of the second set, or any set for that matter, is always going to be the exact same pattern as the first row. So that means really the only row that you got to concentrate on is the first one in the set. After that, you have the no-brainer row, which is all twine, and the third row, which looks exactly like the first row. So even though it looks really difficult, actually it isn't. Okay, so I need another weaver here. I'll show you how I stick them in there. So we call this the dogtail method. Alright, so we lift up the dogtail and stick in the thermometer. You'll never forget it. And then even though that little bit is hanging up there, I'll trim that out later. Okay. It does help if you don't have too long of a weaver, but I'm going to go ahead and keep working this for you. So we can get it done, you can see that into that set. Remember, you want to make sure that my spiral sections are spiraling and my stacks are stacking. If I have a stack and a spiral, or vice versa, then I know I've done something wrong. Okay, so I'm coming up on the third row. And I know that because I'm always looking for that double over there. Okay? And here's my first set. Here's the first row, second row, and I'm going to do the third row of that second set. So it's actually under 2 and over 2. And this row is going to look exactly like the first row of that second set. Okay?